Welcome, everyone. You are about to embark on a journey through the universe as you indulge in this extraordinary essence of enlightened, empowered, evolved. Let the show begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just in time. Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. I know everyone's doing well, and everything is unfolding perfectly. I am excited yet again because I have another amazing guest who is a certified human design coach and trained energy healer, and a whole lot more. But without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Poonam Mehta. How are you doing today, Poonam?
Great, Load. So nice to meet you.
Yes, yes, and I'm so thankful. I just, I'm a firm believer that time is one of our most precious assets. And for you to decide to spend even a moment of your time here with me on Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, I would just like to extend my sincerest gratitude to you. So thank you very much for being here at this present moment. Thank you.
Absolutely, the honor's mine.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Poonam, let's just get right into it. Give us a little framework and insight in regard to you being a certified human design coach. First of all, give us a little a perspective of what that all entails and how did that come into fruition for you to
Yeah,
be that.
yeah. So, with human design, so I came into the world of entrepreneurship when I had my first daughter. That's when, you sense that you need the time freedom. And I said, let's do this thing. Let's get on this journey. And what I did not realize that entrepreneurship is 80% your inner game, right?
Okay.
And I struggled with it for a really long time. I went into the world of spirituality to try to understand what was going on with me, personal development, kept trying to fix myself
Right.
more and more and more.
Right.
And then I came across human design
Mm,
and I understood why I was the way I was, that I was okay. This is how I was wired to be. This is how I was born to be. Nothing had to be fixed.
mm,
Yes, I have my highs and lows based on my design. I go into my shadows and into my light side based on my design, but I'm aware of it all. I know it's happening to me. So, with that, it enabled me to get out of my victim mindset where I was like, oh my God, or the blame game, right? Oh my God, what is wrong with me? Why am I doing this?
right.
I shouldn't be doing this. I'm procrastinating. I'm bad. And to be ashamed of it, but to say, oh no, I'm in my low wave right now. It's cool, it's
Mm,
going to be over soon,
right.
and become very aware of these different tendencies.
Right.
Human design, at the base of it, is a system that gives you an awareness of who you are.
Mm,
It is a synthesis of the chakra system, I Ching, Kabbalah, and astrology. It
oh, wow.
compiles all these systems together and it gives you a blueprint of who you are, exactly how you're wired. It will give you information such as the energy that you have. You and me are not going to have the same amount of energy. There's some energy types who cannot work more than a certain hour, a number of hours a day. And that's
Mm,
okay. That's normal for
wow.
them. They have other roles to play in the society. They're not here to be doers and to be on that hamster wheel.
Wow.
There's different ways through which different energy types should be making decisions, because you'll hear of people say, oh, follow your intuition, but then when you follow your intuition sometimes it falls flat. Why does that happen? It's because there is something else that's there.
Mm, okay.
Ideas are everywhere. It's in the collective unconscious, but then the ideas that we work on is something we respond to. That's our part in co-creation. Not
Mm,
every idea has to be responded to, and it's not energetically going to be the right fit for you. So, yeah, that's how I got started into human design. Those were the areas I was struggling with, and it really opened me up to a lot of self-acceptance and following being in my old sense of self leadership.
mm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And thank you for giving us a little insight on that. And that's amazing. And I think it's so I'm not sure if I'm saying the right word, but it's definitely courageous and heroic for you, for anyone that has that meets something head on, that they can recognize their weaknesses and then just go right at it and work on themselves. And that's exactly what you've done, and made it into a superpower, if you will. And that's
Exactly.
amazing. Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. So also, energy healer. Give us a little insight on that.
Yeah, so when I started my journey into spirituality and I started going onto the path of becoming a coach, I was working very closely with the chakra system,
Okay.
which is what evolved into human design. So with the chakra system, I eventually got trained as an energy healer. But I'll take you back to how I started the journey.
Okay.
What
Okay.
happened is that I had my second boy, my second child, and he would wake up with colic every night. He had bad episode of colic for, you're supposed to overcome your colic month 4. He
Oh,
just would
wow.
not. It was insane. And then I said to myself, I want to learn how to do Reiki. I'm just at this point, I just don't know what to do. And I have an engineering background.
Mm,
I'm a very analytical person, but
yes.
I was like, what do I have to lose? Let me just give this a shot. I went on Udemy. I did Reiki
Okay.
certification for my son, and I started doing Reiki for him.
Mm,
And my analytical mind, I suddenly start feeling energy come out of my hands.
mm,
And I say to
wow.
myself, what is going on here? Because, like, you hear of everything, right?
Right.
Esoteric, and you want to believe it, but then
Right.
the full trust is not there.
Mm, yes.
And then when I actually saw that energy come out of my hands, just my entire system just warming up, getting heated,
Mhm, mhm.
that was the point of where I probably turned from a person who had that wavering faith into someone who
Right.
that started believing in the intangible. So yeah, that
Wow.
led me down to energy healing, which is a very powerful modality. It evolved. I use Reiki, but I alongside also use another energy healing method,
Mm,
and I use it in combination with human design to
right.
work on getting out of from that shadow side to accelerate it. Within human design, I have the energy type manifesting generator. So manifesting generators are here to find the fastest way of doing things.
Mm,
We're known as
right.
time benders. And we make a lot of mistakes with things, but eventually, at the end of it, we understand what steps are needed, what's not needed. And we can take out the redundant and make everything very efficient and fast.
Wow.
So I learned this energy healing modality that was extremely powerful. I trained for months with my entire cohort, and yeah, I started using it within human design. It was a download that had come to me that I need to
Right.
use this in combination with my human design. And what I
Amazing.
do is I use human design as the awareness tool. It is almost the um, tool that helps me point where the problem is. Oh, I'm in
Mm,
the shadow side of my this energy. And then
right.
I know exactly the energy that needs to be directed to there to get
Mm,
out of it faster. It's not that you wouldn't get out of it, you could, but this makes it faster. It accelerates the whole thing.
wow. Amazing. That's
Yeah.
that's just so intriguing how, like you even mentioned, like downloads, how we can get out of our own way and just receive everything that we're meant to receive. And
Mhm.
that's amazing. And also, I like the fact that you are highlighting, the contrast that we experience, the shadow side and this and that, because oftentimes we don't embrace that, and we fight against it, which makes it worse. And it's like, no, embrace that we have
Yeah.
contrast. We have, fluctuating, yes,
Yeah.
experiences. Yes.
It, yep. And we have I feel like we have it everywhere, right? I feel like people approach it from a mental standpoint, but we have
Right.
it everywhere. It's mental,
Right.
it's survival, it's in your nervous system.
Yes.
It's everywhere, right? And then,
Everywhere.
you have to get it out of all those
Right.
places to
Right.
really get there. Like, you won't even know what you're hitting up against. Like, you know
Mm,
this, right? Being an entrepreneur,
right.
you don't even know what stops you, what's going on,
Right.
and then you go into the root cause and you realize, "Oh my gosh, I hadn't cried about this thing in ages. I should have cried about it," and then it leaves your system.
Mm, yes. That's amazing. Yes. And I read somewhere else, somewhere in your information, you have like a three-step system. Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, the first step is awareness of who you are.
Right.
Because up until you become aware of who you are, you're always going to try to fix yourself.
Mm, right.
And you're always going to try to blame yourself for the things you're doing wrong. Tony Robbins says, I should be waking up at 5 o'clock every day, do a 1 hour routine. I'm not
Mm,
doing it. I'm bad. I'm
mm,
wrong.
right.
No, Tony Robbins is different than you. You're not meant to be like Tony Robbins. Take what makes sense for you from his
Mm,
process. You're not supposed to replicate him.
right.
We're not here to, right? So that's what human design gives you. It gives you the awareness of,
Mm,
hey, these are the energies available for you to play with. This
right.
is your blueprint. Play
Right.
with it. Everything else, you're here to learn. It's not that you cannot learn it. You can learn it, but
Mm,
it's not that just comes very naturally to you.
right.
That's the step one. Step two is where I start bringing in the energetics, the chakra system in.
Mm,
And chakra system, I like to use the archetypes that are within the chakra system
right.
because this is what is going to enable us to become that next level version of ourselves.
Mm,
So, for example, if we think about it in terms of business, your root chakra is the root upon which your business is standing.
right.
So, the root chakra represents the mother energy. Um, the mother is responsible. So, what do we do as responsible business owners? There are certain responsibilities we have, there are certain routines we have. Are you doing all the things you need to do? Are you being consistent with the things you have to do? That is a responsibility energy that comes with from your root center.
Mm,
The root
okay.
chakra.
Okay.
Sacral center is very much about having fun with what you're doing. Yeah, you could be playing the consistency game, but if you're forcing yourself, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
You gotta
Right.
have fun with
Yes.
it. Gotta have fun with it. And your downloads come to you when you're in the fun energy.
Right. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so it's looking at the chakra system and how you can utilize that with your awareness of your human design
Mm,
in order to get to where you want to be. And finally, the last step is expand your aura. Um,
mm, okay.
use the energetic expanders that you have around you and blow it all up so you make it bigger and bigger and bigger and become more magnetic to receiving it all.
Mm.
Um,
Wow, I like the way you articulated that.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, amazing. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and it was funny today. I was playing with my gate two within human design. I have that gate. It is the gate of receptivity. Anyone who has this gate, if you run your human design, you have gate two within your human design, you're a natural planner. You're someone who can plan things. You can really provide directions. You know where to go. Not
Mm,
everyone is has this energy, but people who do, they will have the direction on things. And I was playing with that energy and trying to really journal on it, contemplate on that energy and one of the big things is that the shadow side of this gate comes in when you start forcing direction.
okay.
You start forcing direction, and the forcing direction comes from a place of giving into agendas, giving into your material
Mm,
needs, and then
right,
forcing a direction.
right.
Melancholy comes when things are not going fast enough. Things are not going fast enough.
Mm,
I need to do something. Need to do something. Need to. You're forcing a download. You're forcing intuition. You're forcing everything.
right.
And the gift side of this gate is let go of the agendas.
Mm,
Do what is fun. Do what is fun. And when you hit that low, congratulate yourself because that means you're very close to a breakthrough. And the
mm.
insight
Wow.
that's going to come out of that breakthrough is going to be a direction. So don't force that direction. Be receptive. It's a gate of receptivity. Be receptive to it. The direction will come. And that direction is going to be right for you. None of the other forced directions will be. That will be.
Wow.
So it's a lot of information, because all these energies, all these gates have a lot of different energies to play with, a lot of different nuances. But for someone who's very serious about who they are and fully want to explore themselves inside out,
Mm.
it is a wonderful, wonderful tool.
Yes, yes, that's amazing. And yeah, from my perspective, I think this is just my perspective, but I have connected with wanting to with exploring myself inside out, and uh, I have certain routines of personal development that I engage in every single day, and it's just amazing. And remaining in a receptive state, like you said, and I think that's very important that you highlighted that, because oftentimes we can get into a state where we're caught up in certain narratives and what agendas that we've been exposed to, and we get anxious about things, and we're not in a very receptive state. We're trying to force everything, and we get frustrated, like you said, because things aren't unfolding fast enough. And yeah, I'm glad you highlighted all that.
Yeah. I was actually journaling on that piece today, and I called in my spirit team to provide guidance on exactly what do I do now? This is what I want. What do I do now? The
Mm,
answer came to me: let go of your worries. Do nothing. Do nothing. And so
right,
I did. I did nothing.
right.
Kids got home. I played with them, hung out with them. I did nothing.
Mm,
But that's a tricky part, right, Lou? That's also, you'll get intuitive insights, but then you have to
right,
follow it. You could
right,
easily negate it and say, "Oh no, but there's something I need to do. Give me an
right,
action."
right.
Right?
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm very in tune with my intuition, and it wasn't always like that. I've had to develop that, to be able to quiet
Yes.
myself, and get out of my own way, so to speak, and allow the universe to flow through me,
Yeah.
and it's never wrong. It's never wrong. Everything that comes, whether we put a label of it being positive or negative, it's always something for our growth and expansion,
Yeah.
and it's amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And it's
oh, go
funny,
ahead.
right? Sometimes there's things that are scary that happen.
Right.
There's things where your intuition
Yes,
tells you to do something and it's so scary,
it
and
is.
we sometimes think it's like, recognizing that intuition is key, that
Mm,
this is intuition, because we could easily confuse it for, "Oh, no, my intuition is telling me not to do something," but it could just be your nervousness that is
mhm.
preventing you from, trying out this new experience. Of course,
Right.
we are not all pros in the beginning. Everyone starts somewhere.
Right. Right. Yes. And
Uh,
it can be scary, especially, doing something that we are not certain about or don't know. Oftentimes we want to know all the ins and outs, and you don't have to. When you get that nudge from your intuition, just take the steps, and yeah, and
Yeah,
it
that's
goes
it. Don't think long term, just right? That yeah,
right.
beautifully said. Yep, exactly. Yep.
Yes, yes. You don't always have to know everything. You know, look a whole mile down the road. Just look at the next, foot, and just continue. And I think the path will continue just to be illuminated as you go. At least that's what I found with me. I don't have to know all the answers. Not saying that I'm purposely making like reckless decisions, but that's a difference when you're following your intuition, and it's allowing it instead of forcing it and then thinking it's your intuition. It's like the difference. We all do. We all know that, have that
Mhm.
yeah. Whether it's
Yeah.
something that you're projecting yourself, and then want to think that maybe that's your intuition, but deep down inside, w- you know, the difference. You know,
Yes. Yeah.
amazing, amazing. So yeah, I had sent you a message saying let's about a subject. So I'm just gonna just say it and get some of your
Mhm.
insight on it. what's a good way, uh, in your perspective, to um, eradicate things that we've been through, hurt, trauma? Give us a little insight from your perspective on what would be a good direction to go in.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you my lens, the human design lens of it.
Okay.
When you look at your human design chart, you can run it anywhere. You can go on Google, put your information, pull up your human design chart. You're going to look at see something that looks like a chakra
Mm,
thing, but it's not really. It's called a body graph, and you're going to see what's known as the energy centers within it. There's some that's going to be colored. There are some that's going to be white. The white centers are the ones that are not defined for you, meaning you don't create this energy. Now, because you don't create this energy, we tend to um, absorb that energy very easily from
wow.
everyone, but
Wow.
very conditioned in those centers. So, especially growing up, if your parents especially had that defined, you did not, you absorbed everything from them,
Mm, right.
their fears, their shadows,
Right.
everything. And that is a great starting point to start out. So, for example, I'm someone who has my root center undefined. So, there's a tendency for me to just hurry things up.
Mm,
I want the fast. Give it to me fast. Like I just need to make what is that? Lose 20 pounds in 5 days. Give it to me.
I want it now.
I want it now.
Right.
That's what and that is conditioning. That's not
Mm,
who you
right.
are. Who you are, at the core of you. Someone with an undefined center is very wise at the
Mm,
core of you. This
right.
unconditioned a person who says, "Be relaxed. Life doesn't have to be so fast paced. It's okay,
Right.
cool. Just let it be." So I would say those undefined centers for me are a great place to start if you're looking at it from the human design lens, and make a note of what's known as the not self themes of those centers, because those are the ones you want to start working with. So I have the solar plexus center undefined, which is very much about avoiding truth, or avoiding confrontation, which is how I was my entire life. I would not even go there. I would not even confront anyone. If the situation get out of control, I would back up. I would try to appease the person. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yes. Yes.
I would not check my finances because I was too afraid to
Mm,
confront the reality. I
oh, wow.
wouldn't I wouldn't confront the abusive nature that was in my relationship
Mm,
because I did not want to go there. I did not want to
wow.
confront it.
Wow.
Um, and with human design, I learned, I was like, oh my God, I need to start confronting. And with spirituality, sometimes we're told, be happy, be this and be that. Like if you're
Yeah.
high vibe, everything else will go away. But listen,
Mhm.
you don't learn boundaries. Until you learn boundaries, nobody's going away. Universe is going to keep sending you that stuff again and again until
Yes.
you learn that
Do you?
lesson.
Yes. I affirm and I agree.
Yeah, and the thing with undefined centers is unless we have gone to the school to learn that energy, we don't even realize that's what we're doing because we're so blind to it. It's when people listen to things on podcasts that it occurs to them, "Oh my gosh, I never even thought about it." It's because that energy was so foreign to us.
Yeah.
So those areas have been some of my biggest triggers, some of my biggest areas of conditioning, some of my biggest shadows.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your insight. That's amazing and giving us some direction. And you're right about everything that you were saying in my perspective. But a key element too is slow down. Life doesn't have to be so fast, and especially with this social media, we want all this instant information, and then we get this or the latest this and that, and we're looking for the next. You know, before we're finished enjoying what we're involved in right now. Our brain is already 10 steps ahead, and it's like
Yeah.
we have to take control and slow that down.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Amazing. So while you're here, how can people find you? Do you have a website that you can share with us audibly here, or some links that you could share?
Yeah, I'll share my links. My
Okay.
website is known as transcendzen.com. And I have a human design blog, a lot of other information, a lot of spirituality information over there. So definitely check it out. If
Okay.
you're someone who is lost around purpose and wants to use human design to find their purpose, especially find their purpose in a way that
Right.
you can monetize it in a very
Oh,
aligned way that works for your energetics, then this is what I help people with.
mm,
This is my thing. It's my specialty. I'll leave a link to that cheat sheet. It's called Soul Gifts by Design. It's free. You can go through it within 30 minutes. You'll get a very good understanding of what your strengths are, what your areas of wisdom are, and the things that you can impart to somebody else to help them out.
it's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And I'll be sure to incorporate those links as well in the description of this segment as well, so that uh, when people look at it, they can go right to those links and click right on them. So yes, be sure everyone that's watching, yeah, go check those links out in the description. Amazing. Amazing. So before we conclude, is there anything you want to leave us with, or anything else that you would like to share, or a bit of advice, or uh, anything?
Yeah, I the biggest two pieces of advice is that make sure you're clearing things. I think clearing people don't clear enough. People go straight to, oh, what is my intuition telling me?
Mm,
What is the thing I'm supposed to do? What is the action I'm supposed to take? What's a positive
right,
thing I have to do?
right.
Clear that gunk. There's a lot that's trapped underneath that you're not realizing. Work on it. Journal. Clear your energies, whatever modality you use, EFT, whatever you use it. Clear as much as you can until you clear. There's not enough space. What is it called? The law of void, I think it's called. Is that what it's called? Where no, law of vacuum. Law of
Law
vacuum,
of
I think.
vacuum. Yes.
Law of
Yes.
vacuum, yeah, where you can't bring in something new until you let the old energy go. And
Go.
that
Right.
energy is sitting everywhere. It is in your mental layers, your emotional layers. It's everywhere, and you have to get it out. So clearing is so important. Clear everything and then move on to the next thing. Don't put a band-aid on a septic wound. Clear it, disinfect it, and then put the cream on it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's my biggest.
Thank you, Poonam. I appreciate you very much, bringing tremendous value to not only myself but to the platform. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing. And yes, thank you everyone for watching and spending some of your time here with us. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, whatever platform you're viewing and or listening to this on, and share it. Help the platform grow, help get this amazing information out there. I appreciate everyone. Be sure to look at the description and check out those links. Check out the Enlightened Empowered Evolved website as well at 333empower.com. Thank you. Until next time, see you soon. Love and appreciation to everyone. Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved.